What's going on, family? Happy Friday. It is Friday, prime time on IG Live, so that means it's only time for Let's Talk About It, your favorite Bleacher Report IG Live show that you control. I'm Jeff, and we got a lot of things to talk about, but first, leave me all your comments. I want to see the comment section blow up and stream anything you want to talk about, NBA, NFL, maybe a little pro wrestling, who knows? Send them my way, and we'll get to it. Got a lot of things I want to talk about. First, it's January 18th, and that means Boogie is back. DeMarcus Cousins returns to the NBA, returns to the Warriors, and he's gonna be injected into the starting lineup. As you see, these dudes are like the Legion of Doom. Shout out to our Social Moments team. Yo, these dudes are coming through, and some people say that the regular season has officially started now because Boogie's on the team. Boogie is Bane, KD is Two-Face, Dre is the Riddler. I actually like that Clay is Mr. Freeze. That's a dope one right there, and Steph is the Joker. Some people say that this is all but solidifies the Warriors as the NBA champions. They're gonna be unbeatable, but our own Howard Beck, he made a very interesting point today, and you could check it out on all our Bleacher Report socials. Yeah, Boogie's back. Yeah, they may be unbeatable, but we don't really know yet. He's coming back from one of the toughest injuries to come back from, an Achilles tear. It may take a while for him to get into form, and even if he does, will he get back all the way this season? Is he gonna even mesh with the team? We don't really know. And as a basketball fan, as somebody who likes chaos and competition, I'm gonna hold out hope that it's not as good as we think, and it can give us some more competitive balance, if we even have that in the NBA, and make things a lot more interesting. Knowing Boogie, he's been working for a while, working to come back, so I'm sure he's going to put up some numbers at some point, but just because you add somebody to the team, in theory, on paper, it may seem like an unbeatable squad, but we need to play the games first. OKC winning the championship this year. B-Ball's life, I don't know. Paul George and not after they lost to the Lakers. Without LeBron, without Rondo, like they seem to step up at different times and falter at others. I think they can be one of the top seeds, the top 4 seeds in the West. I don't know about all that championship talk, but they're gonna make things very interesting. So they don't need Boogie to win the chip again. The dopest too. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious given that they added the biggest weapon of mass destruction in the NBA and KD to their squad last year. 73 win team, adding KD, virtually unbeatable, and then they add Boogie. They don't really need him, but he's probably the best nice to have that they can currently have right now. So he's gonna be starting too, which is something that, you gotta keep in mind. He's going right into the starting lineup to see what they got. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. Golden State is gonna be terrible as they can't mesh. Woka 11-12, I don't know where you see that given what they've shown us throughout the entire time they've been playing together. Steve Kerr, this is a machine at this point. If he doesn't work, then you know what? He's gonna be on the bench and they're gonna keep doing what they've been doing. I don't think that they're gonna be that terrible. You might be holding out hope and just a little bit of hate in your chest, but it's all good. This is what we're here for. Harden will carry the Rockets past the Warriors. Views from the chick. I thought that last year until they missed approximately, now I think it's 800,645 threes that they missed in that game 7. He looks unstoppable right now, but he's still only one man, and I'm a little worried that he's burning himself out and expending a lot of energy in January when it's gonna be needed in May and June. He looks superhuman, but they have 4 super villains that can team up on him and end the Rockets' run. Yeah, but everyone else needs to up their game for it to be balanced. Tivy for short. That's true, but as you can see, the Nuggets have been in one of the top seeds. They've made strides. The Kings have been competitive for the first time in a long time. I think everybody else has risen to the occasion, and the gap isn't as wide as we think. Now, for those people who say, the regular season doesn't matter, which is bullshit to me. You practice the way you play, and if the regular season is that practice, you're gonna have to show and prove what you learned in the playoffs. They've gotten caught out there with trying to turn on the switch, and it almost happened to them last year. So I think the teams in the West and even the teams in the East have been stepping up to the plate, but can they beat Golden State 4 times out of 7? Where are the Sixers going this season? Jaden McCool. You know what? Some days I think they're going to the conference finals. Some days I think they're going to get knocked out in the semis. I think it all depends on what their bench does. Seems like when the starters go out and the bench comes in, they lose a lot of focus. I saw that last night. It felt like they were just going through the motions as if it was an easy go about it, and they can't do that in the playoffs. There's just no way they can do it. Now, talking about the Sixers, talking about Embiid, the third round of AllStar Voting came out. Some interesting things. On the East, you know, Giannis is leading the way by far with over 3.6 million votes. And, and Dwayne Wade, he's getting a lot of votes there. A lot of people want to see him in this final year in the All-Star game. Who knows how that's going to flesh out, whether somebody gives him up the spot or they actually vote him in. Who knows? But that's who's leading the East. And in the West, LeBron, once again, leading the way. And very interesting enough, Luka Doncic, who's been taking the NBA by storm this season, is second place in the voting, in the overall voting. Now, to remind you, it's 50% fan vote, 25% players, 25% media. So it isn't just a fan vote that's going to get you in, but that's pretty interesting, a combination of that overseas flavor and people here respecting what his game has been. Now, people have been asking me, who do I think should be the starters in the East and the starters in the West? And I want to know what you guys think also. So I got a lot of notes on this All-Star game. So this is what I think. For the East, I think it's Embiid for me. Embiid, Giannis, Kawhi, the front court. And I'm going to go with Kyrie and Ben Simmons. The numbers and my eyes tell me that those two not only earned that spot, but they're going to put on a show in the All-Star game. And I know, I love Kemba. Kemba's from New York. That's my guy. But their teams are winning, and they've been doing well in a variety of different ways. So that's who I want to see a fun game too. Let's keep it real. And I think that team would put on a show, or those 5 players, since they're going to be choosing up teams. Now in the West, the 5 that I think should be on the starters: Bron, KD, Steph, Anthony Davis, and James Harden. And I know a lot of you may be saying, AD, his team is losing right now. But to me, you have to be a generational, leaps and bounds above, leading your way talent in order to overcome your team's record to get in the All-Star game, let alone being a starter. And to me, AD always fit that bill. And for an All-Star game where it's really about what we want to see, and I want to see dunks, I want to see highlights, yeah, put AD up. Now, I know a lot of you also have been talking about Luka. Where's Luka? Should Luka be in the All-Star game? Now, there is precedence for that because Blake got it in 2011 and Yao got it in 2003 as a rookie, but that was back when it was just fan voting. Now with the revised thing, I'm not sure Luka gets in. And let me get to your comments first, because I got an interesting point on that. How Luka has more votes than Curry? Ben Chick _4. He's played a little bit more games than Curry, and he's the new shiny toy in the NBA that everybody wants to see. He's the new flavor of the month, and he's been killing it. If you haven't seen him, daily basis, he's always putting up a highlight. He always has some type of spectacular play. So I think he pretty much earned it. And plus, like I said before, when you have these international players who kill it in the NBA, they're home, Europe is gonna vote for them, Asia's gonna vote for them, and the hardcore fans in the US too. So that's what it's gonna be. Luka is the reason NBA is getting fused. Carson Daly 23, is that Phil Carson Daly? Is Carson Daly back? I don't know, but he's one of them. He's one of them. I think he's by far and away the clear-cut rookie of the year, but he's one reason. I don't think that he is the reason. Now, for those of you who say Luka should be a starter, I'm gonna run off some names to you. LeBron, Steph, KD, Clay, Harden, Jokic, AD, Russ, Paul George, Jamal Murray, Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan, CJ McCollum, Karl Anthony Towns, Tobias Harris, De'Aaron Fox. That's about 15 plus names that will probably be ahead of Luka in any type of all-star selection. One, because their teams are doing better, have a better record. And two, those are talents, man. Those are like actual talents that if Luka, with the Mavs are like second or third to last in the standings right now, they're out of the playoff picture. So if he was going to be that person that was going to supplant all those other people I named, he's nice, but I don't know if he's that nice. Luka should be 100% in the All-Star contest with averaging 25 and 6 per game. He's definitely deserving to be in the All-Star game. The Golden J02, I agree with you. I agree that he's put up those numbers, but if you could tell me who out of those, even the 12, you could cut off Tobias Harris or any of the other people who may be so-so to you. If you could tell me why he should be over those people, you got to find a spot for him. So finally, we're talking about wild card. I'm wilding right now. NFL Championship Sunday. Chiefs and Pats. Saints and Rams. Who is going to win it all? Who is going to the big game? You know, Connor broke it down to you a lot yesterday. Today, I'm talking about what I want to see as a fan. I would love to see anybody but the Patriots. Anybody but the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'd love to see. I'm tired of it. Yes, I'm a hater. Sue me. Don't sue me. You ain't gonna get no money. But I am a Patriots hater, so I'm tired of seeing the teams. I want to see some new blood. I'd love to see Mahomes go in there as a first-year quarterback or first year as a starter, going in with that explosive offense. If we get Saints-Rams again, they're going to put up video game numbers. Same thing with the Saints and Saints and the Chiefs, or the Chiefs and the Rams. Listen, it's the Super Bowl. We want to see offense. I'm not trying to see a defensive struggle this year. I want to see Madden numbers. I want to see the sliders all the way down. I want to see it on rookie level, 60 points, 62 to 65. That's what I want to be entertained. If I'm going to watch the Super Bowl with my Giants not in it, I'd at least want to be entertained. So that's who I would like to see. And even with those two teams, there's interesting dynamics. You got Mahomes versus Breeze, the dude who everybody is saying should be the MVP versus possibly one of the most underrated quarterbacks in Drew Brees. Then you have Goff and the Rams versus the Chiefs in that rematch. Because that Monday Night Football game, if that would have went on in the Super Bowl, it probably would have been one of the best Super Bowls of all time. So that's something that I would want to see. Saquon, the best running back in the NFL. Sniper Gang Marcus, he's one of them. Gurley, I think Gurley's giving him a run for his money. I think for me, they're the top two right now. You can make a case for Zeke also, but Saquon came out of nowhere and crushed it as a rookie. And trust me, I ain't that pissed anymore that the Giants took him over a quarterback, although y'all need a quarterback. Y'all really need a quarterback. But Saquon is a generational talent, and he's going to be doing great things going forward. Drew Brees has shown to be a consistent throughout the season and has proven he can win against any team in the league. I agree with that, but they almost coughed it up against the Eagles. He's going to have to show a little bit more than that. Through an interception, the first play of the game, like, I don't know, man. He has shown it, but one mistake can get you out of here. Mahomes throws for 450 yards. Carter C, 7-3. I want him to throw for like 6. I know that might be impossible, but I want him. He may against that Pats defense. Who knows? But I have to see them beat the Pats to confirm them to be real. Like, they've been doing their thing, but you know, Andy Reid has a lot to prove. A lot of people on that team have a lot to prove. So we'll see where it goes. What do I think? Who do I think is going to come out? To me, I'm riding with the Saints to go all the way. I think the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl, and I think they're going to play the Chiefs. And it's going to be one of the most highest scoring, high-octane offensive performances that we have ever seen. At least that's what I hope. Otherwise, the Super Bowl is going to be trash, and I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Sunday is going to be kind of whack. But That's it from me. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to be back Tuesday. We're taking MLK Day off. So be sure to join Taylor Rooks and everybody else. Thank you to the production team, everybody in the back. And thank you for all your comments. And until next time, I'm Jeff. We'll check you later.